You will be given a test to determine your ability to withstand shock.
Well, look who's here.
This is the night when fear and horror walk hand in hand.
Do you feel up to it?
The most terrifying form of evil is that which lurks within the human mind.
Rated X.
Welcome to What the Fuck Are You Watching? Today, we're covering the infamous Guinea Pig 2, Flower of Flesh and Blood. I'm joined by my flower of flesh and blood, Lisa.
Hello.
Hey, baby.
I don't like that.
Yeah, you
Flower,
thought pussy was
flesh
gross.
and blood.
Bloom for me, baby.
Ew.
Yeah, that's gross. And joining us from the fucking future is Bo.
That's me.
Man, then we got a treat for you, listener.
Singular. That's good.
Yeah, we only have one listener. I think his name's David Philly.
I was going to say it's Jack.
I was too.
We have two listeners.
Yeah. Jack and Willow.
Diehards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can note for the record that this is a redo because the initial attempt at Guinea Pig 2 was pretty much unusable.
Yeah, it got a little too wild. There's a lot to go over on this movie. And, I'm not the best at research, but I went a little too hard. Okay, so Guinea Pig 2, Flower of Flesh and Blood was released November 30th, 1985. Right on the heels of Devil's Experiment.
Mm-hmm.
This one's directed and written by Hideshi Hino, the manga artist. We checked out some of his stuff, and it seems pretty interesting. It blends cute and disturbing in a weird way.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
I really do want to check out some of those.
I'm probably going to order a couple.
Yeah, dude. It stars Hiroshi Tamura as the samurai. We got Karara Yugao. There's a weird fucking squiggly line over the U, so I'm sure it's fucking pronounced. I'm sure it's pronounced different than Yugao. Yao Gao? No, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, she's the victim.
She's hot.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
And then it also credits Anja Blagajevic. I wrote a very strange word right here. Kuvar. That's not a word.
Was it like a proper name?
Oh.
We'll never know. That doesn't sound Japanese.
That sounds
Inja?
fucking ridiculous. Yeah, that sounds Russian or something, huh?
Inja Kuvar? Yeah. Of Germanic descent for sure.
One of the autofills was Parents' Guide for Flower of Flesh and Blood.
Who the fuck typed that in?
Okay, I'm not fucking crazy, dude.
Uh-huh.
What the fuck is that? Anja Blagavec Kuvar.
I told you it was probably a...
Now, I'm thinking she is...
Well, that denotes the character, but I don't know who the fuck that was.
It's got to be the second victim at the very end.
Oh, right.
Where he's following that, I think that blonde chick.
Right.
It's got to be.
Okay.
I just don't know what Kuvar is. I guess it's a character name, right?
Also, for sure not. Like, maybe they're biologically Japanese. That is fucking Slovakian or, like, Norwegian or something.
Yeah, and she's...
That's only funny to me because I've legitimately only seen Japanese people so far.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, for real. What the fuck? That's crazy. And like, it's just the back of her head.
Good for her. It's more than the fish got.
This one's produced by Satoru Agura. As usual, he's producer.
Repeat offender.
Yeah. He directed that first one, and then after that, it seems like he just produces.
And you know what? I'm kind of into this.
Yeah. Hey, make sure you put some eyeball shit in there.
It's in his contract.
That's what I was going to say earlier. He's like the cowbell guy.
I need more
He's
cowbell.
just standing back going, I need more eyeball. I gotta have more eyeball.
Hey, I've been reading your script, and
Notice a lack of eyeballs.
where's the eyeballs at?
Yeah.
I need more eyeballs.
I'd like to note, tentatively related, that I referenced Christopher Walken in that specific SNL skit relatively recently, and my partner Jack had no clue what the fuck I was talking about.
Oh my God.
3 years of an age gap, and I felt so goddamn old.
See, I you say 3 years, and not like
It doesn't register right, does it?
Yeah.
No. Daily life for me. I'm like, am I 40? What's happening? I'm not, though.
Yeah, you also have to remember that Bo is younger than us.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm used to being like the youngest person, like in any group.
I'm pretty
And then
used
all
to
of a
that as
sudden,
well.
I'm not.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, now
those
you're
days are
old,
gone
buddy.
for you. Apparently, they're gone for me, too. If it's of any solace, I feel older than you and Lisa.
See, I still feel like I'm fucking like
I oscillate between
15.
I was just about to say, I was like, I feel pretty standardly about 15.
Yeah.
And then I say some shit and no one knows what I'm talking about. And I'm like, or I'm 40.
Right.
I definitely do not feel 15.
Okay, so according to, I think this was the Vice interview that I was telling you guys about, 2009 with the Deshi Hino. During the rap party of the first Guinea Pig, the Devil's Experiment, Hino's name's brought up, and you know all the fucking cool mangas and shit he does. And then apparently Satoru Agura links up with him and is like, hey, you want to do a movie? And Hino's like, sure. And of course, Hino being the manga artist that he is, he wants to, you know, make a story and shit. He wants to bring story to these snuff movies. And Agura's basically like, well, you know, your budget's about $20.
Yeah. Supposed to say that fell by the wayside pretty quickly.
You know, we don't even really have an editor, and we can afford maybe one location, so work with that. And and you know, he did. You know, there is a little bit of story to this one, as opposed to the Devil's Experiment. Basically, this artist gets a package from a fan, and it's got photos, all kinds of shit, and an 8mm film of the fan murdering somebody.
Yeah.
And so the artist does the appropriate thing and turns it into the police.
Yeah, they tried their utmost to recreate for our experience.
Yeah, it makes a recreation. This movie has instilled real terror, real horror upon the world.
Particularly for Charlie Sheen.
Yeah. Especially Charlie Sheen.
Particularly in 1992, a Swedish lawyer got a hold of this movie. Thought it was real.
Fucking Swedes.
Gave it to a medical examiner. Medical examiner was like, fuck, seems real to me. That's that.
I think we should call into question some of his autopsies.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Really?
It was I don't know if it was London or somewhere fucking England. Dude fucking gets caught with the movie. I don't know how. I can't remember how. And like a few other kind of like extreme horror type movies.
Caught in like this is shameful or like illegal? Was this illegal? Yeah.
Yeah. Like they thought it was a real fucking snuff movie.
Okay.
He goes to court and shit.
Oh no.
Like legit.
Jesus Christ.
Up. Like he goes to court and shit. Goes through the whole fucking trial and everything. They decide that the movie's, it's not real. It's not a real snuff movie. This is obviously fake.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't watch the making of documentary, did they?
They did not. And then the court ruled that while it's not an actual snuff movie, it's close enough to one. And they still fined him like 600 pounds.
That's wild.
Yeah,
and they did it with
fucking insane.
They did it with those little wigs on too.
Oh fuck yeah, they did. Fucking. And then of course like drug his name through the newspapers and shit, like fucking depraved.
Oh my god.
Crazy person with fucking snuff films that aren't actually snuff films but kind of look like it.
Yeah, that's a real faulty slope where logic is concerned too.
Yeah, basically they said something like even though it wasn't a snuff film, he portrayed it as a snuff film or something like that. And it's like, no, he fucking didn't. Like, you guys are the ones that found it and went, oh shit, this is a snuff film.
Yeah.
That is so shit, even like logically.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you got to remember, like, this is the same country that had the video nasties.
Yeah.
Like legit fucking banned movies.
Yeah.
Because they were so bad. Evil Dead was one of them.
Yeah.
We looked through the entire list.
Yeah.
There were a couple that I recognized. A couple of them, or most of them, just seemed like shitty movies.
Yeah, like they earned their spot there because they're unwatchable type things. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, just all over the world, it's just fucking causing terror, dude. And then in the early 90s, I think it was like 1991, 1992, our good friend Charlie Sheen sees this movie. Now, the way this movie came into the view of Charlie Sheen is from like a mixtape. He didn't actually see the whole movie. A guy made a mixtape of like fucking badass like kill scenes and shit from like horror movies. Spliced them all together. It made them a mixtape, and it's playing at like a party or some shit in the background. I don't know. And Charlie sees it and says, "Hey, can I get that movie?"
Mm-hmm. Displays a particular interest.
And then he actually reports it to the MPA, not the FBI like everybody thinks. And I guess the MPA actually just gave it to the FBI. FBI says, yeah, it's not real.
See, in America, we don't wear wigs and we watch the making of documentaries.
Yeah.
I wish our Congress wore wigs.
It would make them more interesting.
And that it would make them interesting at all.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, like,
that they've stuck with the wig thing.
We didn't, like, hear about that and, like, you know, just, like, regular mainstream. You know what I mean? I mean, it was, like, super early 90s. And
that's what I was about to say. I was like, I don't know. But,
we were more preoccupied, I think, with, like, music and video games.
Yeah. news just worked differently then too.
Like, you know, I remember like Mortal Kombat coming out and like just fucking destroying the world. Like they made a game rating system because of Mortal Kombat.
So like I wasn't born yet, but I do know that like if it wasn't about like the Queen or Spice Girls at this time, you probably wouldn't have heard about Britain pretty much at all.
Yeah.
Especially on like a
even with,
local
like
news.
even with the Charlie Sheen shit.
Yeah, that's great. I love
Like
that.
that alone should have like put it into the public sphere, you know what I mean?
But also, has he not always? And again, I wasn't there for most of it, but like, has he not always been known as like actively on drugs?
Yeah, no, he
Okay.
is. Yeah.
And I do think we're pretty unique in that we have pretty prolific drug users, and they're the ones calling the authorities, which I just think is so funny. But
It is kind of weird.
it's just strange to me. But I can't imagine a lot of what he says gets like credited.
True.
That's
think
what I
that-
was gonna say. It was probably not like it probably wasn't something released to the public when he handed it over, and then they sent it to the FBI.
Yeah.
And then the FBI's like, oh, it's not real. So then nobody cares after that, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
actually, I think like during my original kind of research, I think there was a 2020 episode
Well, that kind of
on
makes sense.
snuff films
Yeah.
and whatnot, but I could not find it. I just kind of looked on YouTube, but I couldn't find it.
Well, and this predates a lot of horror as we know about it too.
Mhm.
Like, this is pre-Saw. This is well, anything
Yeah.
of note, like murder-wise.
I mean, I don't remember anything like this happening until I think the Blair Witch Project.
Right.
God, people went crazy for that movie.
Yeah, that one kind of fucked people up.
That was insane.
People thought it was real.
Yeah, there were so many stories about how it was real.
I think that was like 99, maybe.
Something like that.
Yeah, I know. Like, I know I was alive when I watched it. Though it seemed like an old movie.
Yeah. Well, I never watched it back then because, you know,
Yeah,
I'm just like that.
I had to be like 20 years late to that party. So
Yeah, I watched it recently and I'm like, this is a shitty movie. Why was everybody freaking out about this?
Yeah. I think paranormal activity kind of got it.
They did recreate it a little bit too, because they also like helped. It was that like fake documentary, not like mockumentary, because it's not like comedy. I think that's maybe exclusively comedic, but
Yeah, it was
think
like
so.
it was like a found footage type thing.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had to tell people in my lifetime that Paranormal Activity wasn't real, so I know that fucked some people up.
Yeah.
Yeah, after I watched it for the first time with my cousin Amber, she was like, "Yeah, this is real.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a real movie."
Found footage like movies just fucking.
We should have let them
fuck
think
people
that.
up, man.
Probably.
There was I guess it's not recent anymore, but there's a movie I think it's called like Megan is Missing. I want to say it came out in like 2011. I could be fucking way off, but it kind of took fucking social media by storm. But I don't really know how to feel about that because, you know, like TikTok people and shit will be like, oh man, this fucking movie's real. And you never know if they're just fucking trying to act like it's real
That's
to get, you know, views and shit.
Yeah, they troll.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They just fucking oversell it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. All right. Let's crack this movie open.
Yeah.
Okay, so we open with basically our killer like stalking his victim in like a subway. Following behind her.
Yeah.
Or no, we get the text crawl of how this artist gets a package from a fan.
Yeah. And it has the snuff film in it. And this is his recreation of the snuff film.
Right. So he's following his victim. He ends up taking her down in like a playground or something.
Yeah, it's like a little park.
Yeah. I think he like chloroforms her or something.
Yeah. It's maybe one of the more like, because there's a trope in a lot of movies that it's like, oh, I sniffed chloroform and I'm down for the count. But this one, he really does hold it on her face.
Yeah, he does. And she kind of comes to in the dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wakes up in the dungeon and he's sharpening his blade.
Yeah, she's tied to a bed. The first thing he grabs, I think, is a chicken.
He does, in fact, go retrieve. I thought it was from a record player. I might have made that up. But I think it was one of those like record playing cabinets or something. But he does just have a chicken in there.
And he's like, this is your fate.
Yeah.
And he fucking kills the chicken. It's like, blah, blah, like
Yeah.
right in front of her face. Like,
As
blah,
soon
blah,
as he
blah,
grabbed
blah,
the
blah.
chicken, I was like, that's a real chicken. And I was like, did animal rights matter yet when this movie was made?
Probably not.
I don't think so really either. I'm not saying he beheaded a real chicken on this bitch, but maybe.
It looked like it.
I know that first chicken, that was a real fucking chicken. We didn't have animatronics like that yet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was 100% real chicken.
I
Yeah.
don't know what he beheaded, but I know what he first grabbed was a fucking chicken.
I mean, hey, maybe, you know, at the craft table or whatever, they had roast chicken that day.
I don't care if it was a real chicken. I'm not going to act like I care.
Right,
But I did wonder like aloud. I was like, did animal rights matter yet?
Oh, man, there's a ton of movies where they like just fucking straight up kill real animals. Cannibal Holocaust comes to mind.
We like factory farm chickens at this point, so I can't even pretend to be invested in the life of that chicken. But
Yeah.
you know, I was just it was a thought of mine.
As a eater of chicken,
I like chicken.
Yeah.
You
me
know.
too.
can't say shit.
Yeah, I'm fine with what's happened so far.
Yeah, so he cuts the head off the chicken over her and says, this is your fate.
Yeah.
And then I think we go to him mixing up the powder stuff in a bowl and then injecting it into her thigh.
Right. He does a bit of molesting on his way down.
Yeah.
She's got like this about floor length skirt and sweater situation on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and he says, this will make you feel no pain, and you'll even like it.
Yeah, he goes after he injects her and, fingers the blood speck off the wound and licks it. Then he goes into a diatribe while he's mixing or grabbing his next implement and about how he's just injected something that she's going to feel no pain and will fact almost experience ecstasy.
Yeah. It's going to feel good to her.
Yeah. And then he's going to show us the essence of beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He breaks the fourth wall in all of these soliloquies.
Right, yeah, there's almost kind of like a chapter sort of thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think if I have this right, he says something like she wears a necklace of bright red blooms around her neck.
Nice.
There's a lot of bright red blooms.
There's a blooming all over the place. She's the flower of flesh and blood.
She is, in fact.
Yeah, and he's got this whole fucking light thing with different colors, and he spins the light.
Yeah, the first color is red.
And he starts fucking hacking her up. It starts with the hand, right? Or the wrist.
Does he chop her clothes off before he chops off
Oh,
the
yeah,
wrist?
he cuts the clothes off. He cuts the...
I couldn't remember what order that happened in, but I just wanted to mention that I am friends with a lot of women.
Right.
None of them are walking around in matching lingerie sets at all. Their panties don't match their bras, but they're also, for sure, not sexy red lace.
Oh, yeah.
But she's also got this, like, sexy red
It's like a...
slip.
Yeah.
It used to be called slips. There's probably another term for them, but it
It's
is
like
an
a-
undergarment.
It's like a dress under a dress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a slip. It's a slip, basically. I have it in my notes, too.
Sexy red.
Cuts
See, now-
off her dress to reveal the red slip, and Chris,
Liked that.
well, he thought that was very, like, visually
It's some artsy shit, dude. It's like a metaphor or foreshadowing.
Yeah.
He cuts the fucking dress off.
I thought it meant she was a slut and was asking for it.
That's exactly what Chris said too. He said,
Yeah.
"Slut." It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
You're welcome,
Anyway,
Chris. I'm here to advocate for the straight man.
I don't know. It's something about. There's a fucking thing. I didn't make it up.
No, I said it as like a joke. That's like what was she wearing? Was she
Yeah.
wearing a miniskirt? But so I was joking, but it did. I know that it was an artistic choice, but I also found it completely unbelievable because, like I said, I've been friends with women my whole life. Their bras don't even match their panties.
I don't know if it's like an old school like fucking Puritan thing or what, but it's like if you wear fucking red panties or something,
yeah, you're a slut.
You're trying to get fucked.
You're a slut, or you're on your period.
I know. It's I know it's a thing. But
no,
anyway,
you're right.
But anyway, it's a fucking he cuts the dress off and it's red underneath.
Yeah,
it's artsy.
That's the only reason I mentioned it. I wanted to make the slut joke too. I'm glad you had already made it.
It's fucking there.
Yeah.
Anyway, he cuts that off and she's got a red bra and panties on. Fucking slut.
She's really pretty. Oh, but then he goes into another soliloquy about the bloom, about the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
And
my notes were wrong. The thing that I read is later on.
Well, no, your notes are probably right. I couldn't remember what order he chopped the dress off. I didn't know if that was first or not.
I think he does it first.
I think so too, but then I know after that he goes into a diatribe about the bloom on the wrist, and he gets one of those knives that you push, like that ejects the blade from the handle,
like a switchblade.
Like a switchblade. Yeah, I couldn't think of that. And then engages in what I think is the most convincing hacking that happens in this film is the wrist.
Oh, dude, it is intense,
and it's where we start.
Yeah, he cuts the wrist, and he cuts the wrist off. Cuts the hand off.
I wrote very graphic next to it.
And then as he's pulling the hand off, you see like the bones and the fucking...
You hear them too, though.
Yeah.
You hear the ushy-gushy, and you hear the crack-crack.
Yeah. Oh, man, there's just so much inside there.
Yeah.
And he
pulls that wrist was good. Like,
pulls the fucking hand off, and the hand clasps his.
Yeah.
And that's some artsy shit too.
Well, it's also S tier on. I mean, those effects hold up today.
Oh fuck yeah!
And
do.
I can't imagine how they looked comparative to what people were used to seeing at that time.
I know it, man.
But they're great.
And you got to think. Not only is it fucking VHS on a fucking CRT TV, in the early '90s, the only way you could get these is fucking bootlegs.
Oh, so it already seemed shady anyway. Mm-hmm. So, no, I completely buy why people mistook this for like a genuine snuff situation.
And, 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to be a copy of a copy of a copy.
Oh, absolutely.
And so it's just fucking shitty.
Yeah, grainy as fuck.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so...
You've got to rewind it before you can even start, because no one fucking does.
Right. Yeah, so the fucking severed hand clasps his hand. And he's got to peel the fingers off one by one.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think he would put it on his dick?
I didn't.
I thought it was going on the dick. I was like, think of how big my dick would look with those tiny little severed Asian hand on it.
Right.
Huge. That's just a me problem, I think, probably. So we've hacked the wrist off, and I think that's the most... gratifying hacking that happens, probably.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking...
But there is more hacking in our future.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because now we head up to the, shoulder armpit area.
Yeah, I know, I kind of wish they would have saved the fucking hand for last, man, because...
Well, they did just start off real strong.
Yeah, they did.
That's a hard level to...
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he changes the light and he talks again about full blossoms from her shoulders.
Yeah.
And then he goes and starts cutting into her shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not great.
The next ones are all like okay. Like
Yeah.
the flesh. I don't know what I sound like here. But the like skin looks good. The sound design falters a little bit. It's not as ishy-gushy and crunchy as the wrist was.
Right.
What got me with the fucking shoulders was when he went and got the chisel.
Well, was that on the shoulders? I know for a fact he got the chisel on the femur, but it might have been on the shoulders.
I think he did it on the shoulder.
I think you're probably right. Yeah,
He did, yeah.
that did something to me as well.
Yeah, he got the fucking chisel and chiseled the shoulder out of the socket. Oh, yeah, that was bad.
It was.
That was so bad.
Yeah, that hurt.
I guess the only kind of like weakness on the shoulder part was when he first cuts in. There's like kind of too much give.
Yeah, it looks weird when he first cuts it.
I agree.
Like he pushes way down in there. But I mean,
Well, we had that on the first like injection of the drugs too a little bit. The give on the skin on the injection site was wild.
Yeah.
It was like a cellophane level, like. But that's okay. The hand made up for a lot of this, I think. But
right. Well, this is at the time. This is like some pioneering ass shit because they were using marine grade silicone.
okay.
These are one of the first movies that use like silicone type shit for special effects.
For the most part, I think these should have become industry standards if they didn't, because they're great.
Yeah, I mean they pretty much are.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Everybody uses fucking silicone now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before that, they were using I think like foam type shit or something. But yeah, like these are like pioneers of fucking silicone, and which really kind of set the standard for special effects going forward.
Yeah, that makes sense because some bits of this film were pretty convincing.
So what's after the shoulder?
So yeah, he cuts her shoulders off and all that, and then I don't know, he talks again, I guess.
He does talk again, and then we get an axe. No, the axe is later. We get a saw, and we head down to the...
I have a note about when it cuts back to her and she's missing her arms. Oh, that's just the body with the weird no shoulders, and it's like moving all around. Yeah,
dude.
I made a couple jokes here while that was happening. I said, well, she can finally lick her own elbow.
Yeah.
And I have always wished that my arms were removable while I was asleep because I feel like they're always in the way.
Yeah.
You can't actually get comfortable when you have arms, and she doesn't have that to worry about anymore.
Yeah. Man, that was like the creepiest fucking...
It was strange to
Oh
look
my
at.
gosh.
I think it was just kind of like how almost it was kind of subtle. Like
Yeah.
she's just kind of
Yeah.
repositioning him almost.
Yeah.
She's just kind of wiggle. Oh my god, yeah, dude.
It was weird.
Even that in and of itself, though, was a testament to some, I don't know if it's more cinematography or effects, but that looked like a bitch wriggling around with no arms. So,
For real, it really did.
Yeah.
so kudos to them on that.
And then I have he changes the light again.
Yeah.
And then probably talks, I'm not sure. And then cuts her legs off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where the saw gets in. This is where some of the effects get a little wonky for me.
Yeah, it was kind of losing me at this point.
Yeah.
I was fucking
Yeah, the legs weren't great.
The leg,
100%
the
on
flappy
board
leg.
until this point.
Like what? Like what's an adjective for that? Flapping around while he saws through it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
remember how it was like doing the weird freaking...
Yeah, you could almost tell it was hollow. Or like it wasn't a leg.
Yeah.
Which, you know. But sound effects were still good though. This movie I think had pretty solid sound design. Because he hits the bone and then you hear him start sawing through the bone.
True.
And if you close your eyes, that's what it sounds like. Is that
the bone crunching was it fucking hit me pretty hard.
Yeah.
But like the fucking blood flowing sound effects were ridiculous.
Okay, well the sound effects get really ridiculous because after this he progresses to he slashes through the stomach, correct?
Yeah, he says something about her bowels dancing wildly.
He also mentions in the soliloquy before this that like a fragrant aroma or something. And I was like, yeah, it's gonna be fragrant. Like this shit's gonna be aromatic as fuck.
Yeah.
Displayed intestines.
Flowers blooming, bro.
But the sound effects when he's like,
yeah, he cuts into her stomach, starts pulling out guts.
when he starts fucking with the guts, it's literally it's like a camera underwater sound.
Yeah, it sounds like fucking running water.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well they've lost me. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a fucking river flowing or something, dude.
Yeah, the guts.
It legitimately sounded like submerged in like a stream or something.
Yeah.
I was
The
like,
whole
that's
guts
goofy.
thing where it was not good.
Yeah, but then you get hit with like the bone crunching on like the fucking legs.
That's what I
It's
mean. Like
just
some of it was great.
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
I do think they started off like as strong as any of it ever got, and that's rough
Yeah.
because they didn't meet their own standards from where they started.
Well, it might have been harder for us because we were listening with these headphones on, and so like the bone crunching was like in my brain.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That might be something. I didn't actually watch it with headphones on.
Yeah.
But it was. I have a significant like surround sound situation going on.
Nice.
So it was prominent, but it also made as equally prominent the goofy ass fucking submerged in water sounds that came with the intestines. And I was like, all right, well, we veered off course, quality wise.
Yeah, for sure.
He does rip the intestines out of her, which up until then she had kind of seemed like she was still alive.
Yeah.
Which was impressive and also probably not realistic. I don't know.
Right.
I feel like he probably lost a little too much blood by this point. But
That's what I think that while we were watching it, I said something along those lines to Chris, like when he cut her legs here,
yeah,
that would have been enough to kill her right there. Like there's arteries here that when you cut that, she's going to bleed out.
Well, I kind of thought that about her arm as well. I was like,
most likely, yeah. I was like,
she
I'm sure
probably
there
could
is
have
one.
survived that if care was provided, but that's not what happened for our girl here. So
Yeah.
But you're right. I agree. That's what I told Jack too. Because he came in and I was halfway through this, and so he picked up on the leg is where he entered. He said, "Is he just cutting up this girl while she's alive?" I was like, "I think so, but she's been drugged, so apparently it feels good."
Yeah. But she didn't feel anything. Like there was no emotion at all. She didn't feel good. She didn't feel bad. She just
make a sound.
laid there.
She moaned and arched her back when he first stabbed her wrist, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
But since
Yeah,
then,
like at the very first thing.
yeah. No, but yeah, he ripped out the intestines from the incision he made. Bless you.
Sneeze into the microphone next time.
Yeah, you bitch.
I'm not doing that. I just want to make sure I'm done.
Yeah, he rips out the bitch's intestines, and it is quite apparent at this point that she is dead because now her eyes stop fluttering and stuff.
How did the intestines look? Do they look like real human intestines?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
They're pretty like cartoonishly red.
That's what I was trying to remember what they looked like. But yeah, I think they...
I would equate it to like an overinflated brain or like rolls of really red gooey sausages.
Yeah.
So not like great.
I think maybe like the size was right for human.
Probably because I know that we have an alarming amount of intestine going on inside us, but
it's like I've seen, intestines coming out in movies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, those are like chicken intestines.
Tiny as fuck.
Yeah. Like crazy fucking small.
Yeah.
Or like you bought,
I have.
I have two. Not great.
I think I might have to, or gizzards.
Lizards, or like gizzards and livers are like on menus at places, like standardly.
I actually kind of like it, which is weird.
A lot of people do. I'm not in that camp, but they are edible.
Well, I got fucking fooled by it. I thought they were chicken nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the projects, and everything was super dimly lit, and I haven't eaten all day. And I was just scarfing down what I thought were chicken nuggets until the point where, I wasn't as hungry anymore, and I noticed the taste. And they were not chicken nuggets.
Oh, they were a staple at my house growing up. We were incredibly poor in ghetto. So I also even like shit like chitlins and stuff, which most people find pretty repugnant. But so like I get it.
It's probably one of those things like when I'm hungry enough, I'll fucking eat it.
Well, it's like baseline. I'm not a picky eater. So I'm like, I want food, but no, I wouldn't go like, yeah, let's go order some chitlins. I'm not going to do that.
Right, yeah. I mean, yeah, like I said, it depends on my hunger level, man. If I haven't eaten in days, I'll eat just about fucking anything. I'll eat the guts out of our blooming flower here.
Now we're to the part that I read earlier. This is the part where he says, next, she wears a necklace of bright red blooms around her neck.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the decapitation.
Mm-hmm.
He gets the battle axe for this one.
Yep. And this is when he chops her head off.
Mm-hmm.
One swipe.
Yeah.
It does show him sharpening his implements, but I didn't expect it to be a one swipe on the head thing.
I would have thought it would have been a katana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was like, you're wearing a fucking samurai helmet this entire film. Like, it stays on during sex.
Yeah.
You've got a helmet on. You're a Lego character.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about his fucking face, actually?
Sure.
He's just got
the
most white face paint on and the brightest red lips that are
Super
accessible.
red lips,
almost like a
clown.
kabuki.
Yeah.
Kabuki thing.
Yeah. I guess you could equate it like sort of a geisha vibes, but like also the thickest like Tom Selleck mustache.
Yeah.
And I guess you could call them slatted teeth, like to the extent that I didn't know if it was grills or some sort of falsified situation, but every other tooth was shiny and black.
I did not know what was going on with those teeth, man.
Yeah,
but he was
that
a
was
character.
Yeah, he was.
As soon because they show his face really early, and because he's talking to the camera about the blooms he's about to provide us with, for the ideal of beauty. And I was, oh God, that face.
Yeah.
If nothing was horrific about that film, that face was. Yeah, I also, but like you said, I expected a katana. Full stop. I expected a katana to come chop her head off.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that decapitation?
So, somehow, this is what I don't buy. I don't think you've chopped every limb off a person and that they're still like producing blood and like gushes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he axes her head off. And I guess there might still be like some stagnant fluid. But he gets like a bucket of blood thrown in his face at this point.
Yeah.
All I thought of was the AIDS quilt.
The AIDS quilt?
You know about the AIDS quilt?
I guess I don't.
It's like when gays were getting, back when it was still called GRID, even gay-related immune deficiency.
Yeah.
They were like raising money to like combat AIDS.
Uh-huh.
And they made this quilt with everyone's name on it that had died from AIDS.
Oh, okay.
And it was the AIDS quilt. And I think about it a lot when I see like gratuitous amounts of blood being like thrown into other people's orifices. Like, AIDS!
Nobody says AIDS anymore. What's up with that?
Because it's treatable and it's HIV.
Okay.
So
when people say HIV, they're just saying AIDS?
They are, in fact.
But nobody says AIDS.
Yeah.
That's always been.
It has always been the same thing.
HIV's always been AIDS, yeah.
But we just stopped saying AIDS?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it just like fell out of
Because
code.
it's like HIV is like the beginning virus and it turns into AIDS or something like that.
Well, it's because like HIV is treatable.
But AIDS
and you
isn't.
can live symptom free and undetectable because of the treatments available to it now. AIDS, I think, is the product of it becoming so advanced that you're fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So not a lot of people die out of AIDS unless you live in Africa, in which case you've got a pretty good chance of dying of AIDS still.
Yeah.
I mean, AIDS just kind of like rolls off the tongue better than HIV.
I think so too. Good old AIDS.
AIDS is the better word.
Yeah.
I just didn't know why we stopped saying it.
Oh my God.
Some gay guy probably got mad.
Yeah.
All right. So on with our.
Oh, but he chops her head off. He gets a bucket of blood to the face, and also the head does a slow-mo rolling sequence.
It's like
with some questionable sound design.
Yeah, I have wrote down head bounces off the wall onto the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even think there's a replay in it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about a replay, but it's like slow-mo, it bounces off a wall, and then it rolls into frame. You hear it thudding along, and it rolls into frame on the floor. Same slow-mo that they used on the chicken body falling to the floor after he beheaded it. But, so yeah. Of decapitations I've witnessed in cinema, pretty low on the tier list. Not a great decapitation.
Yeah.
But
just the fucking head flying off and bouncing against the walls a little crazy.
That's crazy.
The head itself is not bad.
Well,
it looks like her.
I agree.
And, I'm speaking from my future self here, but I swear that this head is reused in Guinea Pig 4, Devil Woman Doctor during the cannibalism scene.
Well, it might be. It's the same group of people producing it, so it would make sense that they have some stuff still.
That's her fucking head. Because they do like a buffet thing. Like you go to fucking Golden Corral or some shit, and there's arms and legs and blah, 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 all on the table. And that bitch's head's on it.
Oh, I believe it. I'm sure it was. It was probably even just an Easter egg. Yeah. No, that makes sense to me. After that, I thought he was gonna, again, just my damage.
Yeah, but he started being fucking weird.
He got weird with the head, but not in the way I was expecting. He licks her face.
Yeah, he
mouth.
rubbed the face all over his face and licked all over her lips.
But he didn't put the penis in the mouth.
Yeah.
And that's where I thought this was headed.
This is not sexual for our samurai warrior.
I mean, I think it probably is. They just don't show it.
No, this is
I
not
actually
sexual.
don't think it is. I think he's convinced he's an Oni. But
this is fucking art.
He is it is about the ideal of beauty.
Okay.
And he's about to pluck out the most beautiful pearl.
I don't know. He is
or
about to
something.
do that. But he does rub the face on his own face and lick the face first. And back before he inserted the syringe, he did grope her by the pussy. He grabbed her by the pussy. So I don't know for sure if it's not sexual, but
yeah.
He didn't fuck the severed head. And if I'm in a severed head situation, I think I'm going to fuck the severed head. If I've gone through the trouble of severing a head, I'm probably going to fuck the severed head. He does go on to extract the jewel.
The jewel, yeah, that's what it's called. The jewel.
Yeah.
With a spoon.
He says the finishing touch is to take out the precious jewels, the most beautiful part of a woman's body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The eyes are the most beautiful part of a woman's body.
Oh, so he's about to fuck the eye socket. That's what was happening.
I'm telling you, this guy has a fucking fetish. He wants to fuck an eye socket.
I think so too.
Nah, man.
He's got a micro, and this is
a
what
man
does it for him.
Of principle.
I am convinced he thinks he's an Oni because it doesn't really pan to it until after he extracts the jewel and he's about to show us his collection.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole curtain is covered in Oni dismembering a woman.
Oh, yeah.
And
he's got that tapestry. Yeah.
And Onis are demons known for cannibalism and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or yokai. Not demons. It's not a direct parallel to demons, but a form of otherworldly creature.
Yeah.
Known for cannibalism and dismemberment and shit like that. So I think he just thinks that's what's happening for him.
Yeah, I played Tokiden.
Yeah. So you know about Oni.
I know about Onis.
Yeah.
Another thing or two.
All right, so
Oshimura.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, so it's time for him to take out the precious jewels now.
With a spoon.
And he just fucking starts scooping her eyeball out with a spoon.
Yeah, he's got this spoon and thumb technique, and you can tell he's been
my
at it before.
God.
He just plops that bitch out.
Yeah, dude. Oh, it was. I hated it so much.
It was not our worst eyeball scene, I will say that.
No, it's not. And yeah, this eye's got the whole fucking nerve attached to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and it's so disgusting.
Yeah.
He
and he like fucking.
He does. Yeah.
is caressing it and just cuddling it almost.
Oh
Yeah.
my
He
God.
kind of slurps on it like a fucking oyster or something.
Yeah.
He's like,
Like a precious jewel.
Yeah, he just licks it and sucks it. And,
He does do that. And I kept thinking, I was like, he could just plop it in and like the ocular nerve could just act as like floss between those slatted grills he's got going on.
Oh my God.
yeah.
Yeah, I
and
did
that's,
not like it.
Yeah, but then he
And then
engages the fourth wall again to tell
Uh-huh.
him that, to tell us that it's now time for us to see his collection.
Yeah.
He kind of like revels in it for a minute. He's like sitting on the bed.
he sits on the
I
bed.
think.
He sits on
does.
the bed smoking his
Does
cigarette.
he smoke a cigarette? Okay.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. It's like an after sex cigarette.
Yeah.
You know he fucked that head.
And I think I said something like that at the time, like an after sex. It's almost like after sex. He needs a cigarette.
Yep.
That's probably exactly what happened. We didn't see it, but he fucked that head.
I don't know if he fucked that head, but he definitely nutted.
I know that he kept the helmet on while he did it too.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, when you get to see the collection.
Kind of a disappointing collection.
It goes on for a little too long.
It goes on for a long time. It really does.
Half of the first bit is just random objects. Well, there's there's the splayed face skin.
Yeah, there is.
And an obviously dismembered torso. I had a fuckable torso once called the Super Fuck Machine.
Okay.
And it made me think of that.
Nice.
But with a gouge in the middle and no intestines.
Yeah, and there's jars of obviously like goat eyeballs or something.
And chicken heads.
Chicken heads.
Yeah, just weird shit.
Yeah. And then a ton of pictures.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And aquariums full of fucking arms and legs and shit.
Yeah.
Like full of like water.
And at this point he starts singing
Something.
a folk tune.
Yeah, he's
about descending to hell.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it
there's
shows
all the tapestries. Yeah, there's several tapestries that show like cannibalism and just shit like that.
And then it finally gets to what I believe is Lisa's favorite bit of decor, which is the hand garden.
Yeah, I like that.
It's like a dismembered arm with the hand still attached. This one still had the hand on.
Yeah.
But it is maggot infested and protruding with leaves and stuff growing around it, which is very tasteful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had like flowers and shit on it.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna do it. They have those molds, where you can make like the mold of your hand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make the mold of my freaking arm and I'm gonna put it in a flower pot with like a climbing flower.
Or I could just like steal like a mannequin arm or something from fucking Macy's or some shit.
Yeah.
You can order stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool.
Would this be like a year-round? I agree. Would this be like a year-round decor?
I don't know.
For me, it would
has
be a
to be.
year-round.
It has to be.
I think so too. I could use an arm in one of my planners.
Yeah.
I think I'll do that too. When you figure it out, I'll do one.
That's pretty
All
fucking
right.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be super cool.
I don't need the maggots.
No, I don't either. No maggots for me. Yeah, so it just goes on for a long time, him showing us his collection.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a bunch of stuff like that. And then I think that's about it. I think he finishes off the movie just sitting on the bed smoking.
Yeah. You see the collection, and that's the movie.
Should we rate it?
Let's check out this box art first. We forgot
Okay.
to do that.
Okay.
What do you think of this box art?
I think it's appropriately descriptive.
Yeah, I think it really shows what you're getting into.
I think so too.
Yeah, that's the fucking movie. What I really like about this, what I like about this box art is not only is it just fucking gory as fuck. You got severed hands, severed arms, and I mean, I guess her face has got a little blood on it, but other than that, it's like fucking perfect.
So as a description, it's like a you could call it like a thumbnail in which the victim displayed in the film is featured tied to a bed, and her hands and arms have already been severed, but they're left in place as if she's just holding her hands above her head. She's still really hot.
Yeah.
So that's weird.
Yeah, like
I think I'll stop being hot when my arms get chopped off, but good for her.
yeah, I don't know how she does it.
Just hot.
Oh well, I guess the movie doesn't technically end at the collection.
No, because he goes to
he goes back to his fucking prowling grounds, his hunting grounds,
Oh yeah, that's
and he starts
true.
stalking his next victim, which I guess is fucking the German chick.
Yeah, that's because that's the only other person with.
Yeah, there's literally no other person in this movie except for Kuvar.
I love that they actually gave the person a name.
Her fucking name.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't have told you this one's name, the actual featured victim. I wouldn't have been able to tell you a name.
She doesn't have a name. It's victim.
See, but this bitch gets a name? That's fucked.
Is that a name?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Kuvar?
Maybe it's not. We might just be dumb.
We gotta be, man.
Two things can be true, though. It might mean nothing and we can still be dumb.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to ratings or whatever.
All right, let's give us your final thoughts and your rating.
I liked it better than the first one.
Yeah.
I liked that it had sort of a story to it. It still wasn't great though.
2 stars.
1 star.
No, 2 stars. Two stars.
Yeah.
Well, the first one was 1 star, so
Yeah,
Okay.
this one's 2 stars.
Nice.
I can appreciate a conservative. Does that mean it's my turn?
Oh, yeah, I think that's all I have to say about it. Oh, you didn't make us do the good, bad, and what the fuck earlier.
Oh,
I
I
And
knew
I
there was
had
another
mine
one.
freaking planned too.
I knew there was
I
another
had-
scale, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah, we got too many
I freaking
scales.
had mine planned out too.
I
and then
like the scales. I just forgot.
yeah,
All right, hey, I think we got time. We'll do it.
Yeah.
we don't. It's already fucking 10:15.
Well, he's still got to get picked up, so we got
Okay,
a few
whatever.
minutes.
Well, I just said for my right. He'll be here.
All right, Bo, what do you got?
Okay. I've got, I think like a 4.5.
Oh wow.
I don't anticipate that I'll like another movie from this series as much as I liked this one, excluding maybe some American editions because I'm racist.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I think 4.5. I think for the most part the effects were pretty good. And I mean, if nothing else, if the whole movie was just that hand getting chopped off, it would still be a 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that really did it for me. The fact that he looked the way he did and kept a samurai helmet on for the entirety also was pleasing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this movie's got like a fucking history behind it.
Prolific.
Yeah, definitely. And that fucking hand scene so far
Unsurpassed, yeah.
Oh yeah, insane, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I think even by today's standards, I mean, it's fucking top tier. But, you know, after the fucking... It's almost kind of like I guess you would say like a one trick pony.
Yeah.
It's just chopping fucking body parts off.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, by the 20-minute mark, it kind of falls off. Like after the wrist and even the shoulder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of seen it all.
I'd argue that like works in its advantage too, though, because what this thing has going for it too is it's legitimately a 40-minute film.
True.
So
that's
we're just here for dismemberment.
yeah. Well, I mean, and during the Devil's Experiment, a lot of it looked kind of fucking shitty. I will admit that, but at the same time, you didn't know what the fuck was going to happen next.
Yeah. Well, this one was very telegraphed. Yeah.
1 minute they're fucking pouring hot oil on her. The next minute they're fucking spinning her around in a chair, and then she listens to loud noises for 3 days.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
there's some variety in here. I mean, it kind of fucking gets old. Then there's good sound effects. There's bad sound effects. There's amazing practical effects. There's
Hollow legs. Yeah.
hollow leg syndrome. I do fucking like it though. I'm gonna give it a 3-star.
3 stars.
Well, my scale's going to be different than yours. I know what I've given 3 stars so far. This one's better than those. But this one was just that hand.
The hand's fucking next level, dude.
All right. What's next?
Is this the good, bad, and what the fuck? Or
Give
is
us a
this
good, bad, and what the fuck, Lisa.
Oh, okay. I have to do a good, bad, and what the fuck on this movie. Damn it. Okay.
We probably wouldn't have had to, but you reminded us that
I
that
know.
exists.
Yeah,
I had
I
it
would've
ready
forgot.
for the last movie, though.
Yeah.
And then I forgot to freaking say anything about it.
You bitch.
Okay. Good thing about this movie. The freaking hand scene, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like how it has a story, kind of. I like how he's a character and there's like chapters.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, they do really set you up as soon as it starts about what you're about to go through.
Bad.
This is what'd you say, a 2-star movie? You gotta have something bad.
I know, but like, what do I want to use from
What was the worst?
Those weird sound effects.
Yeah.
That underwater noise they kept using. I don't really understand where that was even sourced.
Yeah. Yeah, like
They
I
turned
think
the
that
faucet
was
on.
I swear.
I think that was the worst. And the what the fuck? Man, like it's definitely my what the fuck's gotta be the eyeball scene.
Yeah.
Scooping a fucking eyeball out with a spoon. What the
With a spoon.
like why? Yeah, and not even just that, just the whole fucking scene,
Yeah,
just
but
sucking
then-
on
but
it
then where it
afterwards.
goes,
And
yeah.
just the whole eyeball scene is my what the fuck.
Like a lollipop.
Yeah.
All right, Bo.
Yeah, the good was to second Lisa. It's got to be the hand scene.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to pick something else, it's got to be that this movie doesn't like dick around to like lengthen it. It's hey, you're about to watch a snuff film. Here's 40 minutes of that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing. 'Cause
Oh, yeah,
it doesn't need to
definitely,
be over an hour ordeal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it has just the right amount of story.
I think so too. I think this is the most well like time managed one so far that I've seen.
Yeah.
The bad has got to be my guy's plaster white face with cherry red lips combo. That took me the fuck out. I'm here for the samurai helmet. I appreciate wearing your costume to work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for that, but that fucking face was otherworldly. The what the fuck has got to be. Well, I'm kind of on the sound design too, but I'll go with that she did exhibit like little moans with incisions, even though she's lost like liters and liters and liters of blood. And she doesn't seem to really die until he forcibly rips out the entire intestinal tract.
Yeah.
Yeah. My good is, I mean, yeah, like you guys said, it respects your time. I mean, fucking movies nowadays seem like they have to be fucking 2+ hours.
And half of it's just wide shots of scenery.
Yeah. I fucking like a 50-minute movie, apparently, man. It's nice. And bad, it's got to be the sound effects. That fucking running water. I mean, it killed a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like, you probably better off just watching this shit on mute. What the fuck for me has got to be the hand scene. It's amazing.
Yeah, if awards were given out, I know that I don't know, but I doubt Japan has like an Oscars.
Yeah.
And I know that we don't honor like foreign films or horror films at all at ours.
Right.
So
I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna judge any.
Everything is judged by that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Any hand scene in any movie we watch from now on, I'm gonna compare it to this one.
Yeah, I'm talking muscle fibers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit was gross.
Yeah, it's insane. All right, Lise, how spicy is this one?
I'm gonna say like buffalo wings.
Okay.
Like a mild,
Yeah.
like a medium.
Yeah, let's go like mild buffalo wings.
It's like 300 freaking wing flavors.
Sorry.
Mild buffalo wings.
But yeah, let's go like mild buffalo wings, I guess.
Okay.
Real orange.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, a little spicy, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. What you got, Bo?
We'll go with like an expired key lime pie. It was supposed to be tangy and we ended up somewhere else.
Yeah. This one for me is it's like a bag of jalapeno chips. A little heat, not too bad.
Weird aftertaste.
Yeah. I guess the more you eat them, it's a little spicier.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like this one was kind of front loaded.
I think so too. I think we started off real strong and then we got weird.
But yeah, that's what I got.
I mean, somebody that was watching the Guinea Pig movies. Yeah.
No.
If you are watching this movie, I recommend it.
I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, if they were into this kind of thing, then maybe.
Yeah.
But not just to anyone, no.
I would.
Yeah.
This one is, I think, probably the most recommendable. Again, mostly for the economy of it being 40 minutes long. And then also because what it does with that 40 minutes, I think is pretty effective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely recommend this one. Not only it's prolific,
yeah, not every movie has the tagline like Charlie Sheen got the feds involved.
Yeah.
So,
right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, this one is
honestly, I'm more impressed by someone going to trial in London. I didn't know about that one, and that's more damning to me than anything Charlie Sheen's ever done.
Yeah, it's wild. And like the Swedish fucking medical examiner, like, yeah, it looks real to me.
That guy's on something. He's involved in nefarious deeds.
Yeah, and just the history behind it. I think, any horror fan should definitely watch this movie.
Like, if you're a fan of the Saw franchise, you should give this one a visit.
Yeah, big time. And yeah, like you said, it's a short movie. I think it's worth a watch.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't recommend it to like my mom or anything, but it's a good one. I think Lisa's done.
I am.
All right.
We're only 30 minutes past what we said we were going to do.
It's weird because,
Ain't
like,
bad.
I understand now, like, straight guys a little bit because the more irritated they get, the kind of hotter they sound.
Oh,
She sounds progressively more phone sexy.
yeah. Say something for me, baby.
No.
If you die, can he fuck your eye socket?
I guess.
Can I spoon your eyeball out and slurp it up? Like
It's a
a,
spoon.
If I'm already dead, I don't care.
Yeah.
all right. At least his corpse is up for grabs.
Yeah. How long do big titties stay big titties after death?
I have no idea.
I think you got a while.
I know you drop like 8 pounds and shit yourself pretty quickly, but is it in the boobs?
Probably. It's always in the
That's
boobs.
fucked.
Well,
Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah, I was
For
gonna say, I
Guinea
think-
Pig 2.
Sign us off, Chris.
join us for our next episode. It'll be Guinea Pig 3. He never dies. Bo won't be there for that one. We're kind of coming at you from the fucking future here.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
That's damn good.
Did you think this podcast was as good as instant noodles? Or is it more like a cobalt blue tarantula? Leave us a rating and review wherever you're listening to this podcast at. Get in touch with us at WTFareyouwatchingpod@gmail.com, where you can leave reviews for the movies we've been watching, recommend other movies for us to watch, or leave any questions or comments for us to answer. Either way, thanks for listening.